Hello everyone. Right now we're going to talk about the different ships in the game Interstellar Pilot 2. So if you see these different variants, just ignore them, like the Navy or 2 variants. Those are custom variants that I made. I'll explain in a different video. So the first category is Scouts. The Ranger is the first one we got. It's fairly basic. It's got 2 turrets, light shields. It's very fast. It's probably like the third fastest ship in the game, but its shields are pretty garbage. Only half the power of a fighter. It's only got 2 turrets and only level 1 weapons. Next up, we've got the Raptor. The Raptor is a big step up. It has 3 turrets, although the shields are still problematically low, and the armor on the ship is known for being very, very weak. It is still fairly powerful, and like the other Scout, very, very cheap, which is why it is truly a viable ship, unlike the Ranger. Next up, the fighters. So the first and worst fighter is the Shuttle. Honestly, it seems more like a Scout. It's only got 2 turrets, so that it has access to more powerful shields and Type 2 lasers. I normally just use these for passenger duty because, again, these are also fairly cheap. Next up, the Hornet. This is the fastest ship in the game. It's got 3 turrets, all facing forward, very little cargo space, and weak armor, but it's very, very fast, which makes it really viable. This is probably the best fighter in the game, the Flyer. It has 4 turrets. It's got good shields, plenty of cargo space. It's very durable. Its speed is nothing to be ashamed about. Its maneuverability isn't the best, but it's still very, very good. Last fighter is the Pioneer. Component-wise, it's fairly similar to the Flyer, but it's slower. I think it has some more cargo capacity. It's far more maneuverable, but it's also less armored. It can be good for passenger duty, and I often fit these with mines or large amounts of missiles. So they can work very well, but the Flyer is still better. So up next we've got frigates. The Venture is the smallest frigate. It has... This must be the wrong one. Just a second. Here, it has 4 slots, so it's got about as much firepower as a fighter, but it has access to the level 2 photon, plasma, and sentinel, as well as a military launcher. It's got pretty good cargo capacity, so it works very well with missiles. It's also quite fast and is good for passenger duty. Next up is the Drake. The Drake is something that I only use that can only be bought from a trade station. It's a fairly interesting frigate. It's got 5 turrets, but its cargo hold is fairly small. It's faster than a lot of ships. It's about the same speed as a Flyer X, and it's overall a very well-rounded ship. Next up is the Hauler. The Hauler is probably the most versatile ship in the game. There are mining variants, there are passenger variants, there are battle variants. Like the Drake, it has 4 turrets, but it's much slower, eons less maneuverable, and quite a bit more durable than the Drake. Although, it's around the same price as the Drake. So its bonus is its versatility. We have to go to a shipyard to get to the higher level ships. Next up is the Orion. So I used to love this ship since it's a great interceptor, but it's got 5 turrets, which is very good. But overall, I'm starting to think it's not as good as the Thunder. It's got a very small cargo hold, not particularly durable, but it's cheaper than the Thunder. It packs a punch, and it's very fast. Next up is the Thunder. I kind of prefer the Thunder because I see it as more powerful. A lot of the weapon bays have a larger attack radius. It's about the same speed, more durable, and has a larger cargo hold than the Orion. Next up is the Creon. The Creon is a freighter like the Hauler, although it's quite a bit larger. So it has that versatility going for it. The weapons layout is pretty identical to the Thunders because you can modify these. Unlike the Thunder, it can access the level 3 weapons, which are very good. Although it's slow, it's very unmaneuverable, so it's not quite as good as the Destroyer, which would be the Ares. The Ares also has 4 weapons bays, although it replaced one of its 180-degree rears with a 90-degree front. This is a very powerful ship. It also has access to up to level 3 weapons, and it's quite versatile in battle, although it is a destroyer. It's not too good for civilian use. This is a great ship which can handle pretty much anything that's not Overlord or Magnus. Next up is the Overlord, or the Cruiser. It's hard to get more powerful than this. You've got 6 bays, more powerful shielding. Unlike the Magnus, which goes more towards broadsides, the Overlord shoots mainly front. It's got access to up to level 5 weapons, and it's an amazing ship. It's about 2/3 the price of a Magnus, and it's almost as powerful. Next up, the most powerful ship in the game, a Magnus battleship. It also has access to up to level 5 weapons. But let's just look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weapons bays. Fitted with Type 5 lasers or 128 artillery, you're not going to beat this. It's an incredible ship, and you see all of these variants I will talk about in another video. Good luck, have fun.